Area teams have been featured on News Channel 11 almost every week for 8 years. Recently, something happened, though, that made this team of the week get more attention than ever before. But this is not sports. It's health-wise. Here's what happened.
Vigera popping right up the middle.
The Post Antelopes were the team of the week recently after making it to the playoffs, and Zach Fox took the mic to brag on their accomplishments.
It was obviously a momentum-shifting moment.
But that's when the momentum shifted from Zach to Paxton Matus, the 11-year-old ball boy.
We're going to face another good offense this week with Stanford, but
a second or two, which felt like an eternity, where you're just kind of in shock, basically, of what just happened.
You can see Coach John Wright rushes to help Paxton.
He had to have 5 stitches in the bottom of his chin, and he also chipped a couple of teeth and cut into his tongue.
So there was blood on the floor.
It was a scary deal for everyone, and I think that kind of set off the chain reaction.
Better and better.
Watch as Zach goes back to the mic to continue the program. Number 18, Jax Perez, starts to wobble and goes down.
You guys can play with anybody.
With nearly 8,000 students who've appeared in our Team of the Week broadcasts, Sports Director Pete Christie
The end zone playoff edition
says he has never seen anything like this.
Never. It's crazy. I mean, they play the tough game of football, and just standing there, they pass out.
Shortly after number 18 was carried away, number 24, Colton Hawkins, began feeling woozy too.
And by the time I could get back to the group of kids, a third kid had fainted as well.
But like Jax, another player caught Colton before he hit the floor.
Just like dropping like flies out of nowhere, right behind me, to the left of me, and it's just one after me. You're tending to one, you look behind, there's one happening behind you.
3 kids down in about 60 seconds.
You know, you're kind of thinking you're in a sci-fi movie there for a minute.
We went to UMC's new wellness center.
Thank you.
To learn the science behind fainting from Dr. Ralph Rosales at the Family Medicine Clinic.
Usually it's a decrease in blood pressure and a slowing of the heart rate that occurs.
Sounds simple enough, but according to the American Academy of Family Physicians, the list of possible triggers is long and can be complicated.
We've had people pass out from the idea of getting a vaccine, for example, or they see the syringe before we've even touched them with the needle.
So there's an emotional aspect that can be blamed for fainting. You think even the thought of being on TV, maybe you could shake somebody up?
Absolutely, absolutely. So anxiety is a huge reason for having people faint. Sometimes the anxiety of anticipation, so we see it in delivery rooms with dads. Sometimes just the fright of something is enough to cause fainting.
Coach Wright.
After the third one went down, Zach was giving advice.
Everybody don't lock your knees.
And Dr. Rosales explains why.
So if we lock our knees up, our muscles aren't contracting as much, and that decreases blood return to the heart, which decreases your heart rate, decreases your blood pressure, and could cause you to pass out.
We were team of the week before. Nobody passed out. We were all standing there. We were on our feet longer the first time we were at the studio.
Dr. Rosales says it's likely in this case the Post Antelopes suffered from the power of suggestion.
We see it often enough where, you know, the suggestion of discomfort, the suggestion of pain can cause people to feel faint, if not actually faint. The idea of like, don't pass out, don't pass out, don't pass out, right, causes people to pass out.
So after a great football season for the Post Antelopes,
A humongous win. Way to go, Post.
it appears they can be tough on the field, but at KCBD, they will be remembered for suffering a case of suggestion and compassion.
To have this out of nowhere in stages of 3 like that is pretty cool. It's pretty wild.
This whole season's been memorable, and that will be part of it.
Little Paxton, we want you to know this. He's fine. He does have some stitches. That's his souvenir for Team of the Week, but all the boys are okay.
It was good to have that big lineman. I think he is the coach's son.
He was big. You scooped him up and took him off.